All right, hey everyone, welcome to this intro on the blues. So the blues is a great structure to begin improvising with, to begin learning. It's very, very basic. It just uses dominant chords the way I'm going to teach it to you right now. There are different variations on the blues that use different types of seventh chords like minor, some minor seventh chords, some major-ish chords too. But right now, the only blues form we're going to look at right now is a dominant blues, which is all dominant chords. So I'm going to go over what a traditional blues looks like. So let me start off by telling you it's 12 bars. All blueses are 12 bars. It's the standard structure of a blues, okay? Some blueses will add measures, take away, but the traditional blues is 12 bars, excuse me. So let's say we're in the key of C. You start on a C dominant chord, okay? That serves as your one chord. Just like in a major piece, any sort of major harmony, your one chord would be a C major. In the blues, since we're traditionally using all dominant chords, your one chord is a C dominant chord, C7, all right? Now, like I said, there's 12 bars. For the first 4 bars of a blues, you have C7 for those first 4 bars, okay? In the 5th bar, we go to the 4 chord of the key of C. Now in the key of C, that would be an F7 chord, C, D, E, F, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, our 4 chord, F7. We're only on the F7 chord for 2 bars. Then we go back to the C7 chord in the 7th and 8th bar, okay? You hang it in there? So in the 9th bar, we change to a whole new chord. We have our 5 chord, our G7 chord. We're using all dominants here. Now we only have G7 for 1 bar. Then we go to our F7 for 1 bar. So we're going 5-7 for 1 bar, 4-7 for 1 bar, and then back to C7 for 1 or 2 bars. Sometimes you can play C7 for the last remaining 2 bars, or what you'll see a lot is C7 for 1 bar and then the 5 chord for 1 bar. So the 5 chord will bring you back to the C7 up at the top. So let me go through that one more time. First 4 measures are C7. The next 2 measures are F7. The next 2 measures of that are C7. The beginning of the 9th measure, right, the 3rd line, would be G7, the 5 chord. Then we have, for 1 measure, then we have the 4 chord for 1 measure, 4-7, F7 in the key of C. I'm going to show you the blues in the key of C. And then we go to the 1 chord for 1 measure, and then the 5 chord for 1 measure. All right, so let's go to the piano and check it out. So I'm going to play these chords, guys, for you and show you the chords, the progression, and then I'm going to use my track here that I have set up with my speaker to play the chords with the bass and drums. So you can hear how the chords sound like in a trio setting with a rhythm section, okay? So I'm just going to use my left hand right now because eventually I'm going to show you how we can solo with our right hand and how we can play melodies. You know, blueses have melodies, how we can play the melodies with our right hand, all right? So our left hand, like I said, we'll start with C7. Now we don't have to move this at all. We can continue to play this chord every measure for the first 4 measures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now in the 5th measure, we go to an F7 chord. We have the F7 chord for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then we go back to the C7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now finally we go to a G7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, just for 1 measure. Then to the F7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, just for 1 measure, and then back to the C7 for a measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, you can play this for the remaining 2 measures if you want. 2, 2, 3, 4, or I like to add the 5 in. Most people will add the 5, so I'd recommend practicing that. You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then back to the top, just like that. Okay? So let me play through it with the band now so you can hear the progression. I'll play it very, very slow, and just take a listen. You can get a sense for how the chords fit with a bass player and a drummer. All right, so here we go. I got my iPhone all ready. You probably see this in the screen, right? I have my iPhone app. I'm gonna go ahead and hit play here, okay? And it'll count me off, and then I'm gonna play the chords, and you guys can listen to the chords with this bass and drums, okay? Here we go. Okay, all C7 here. Changing to F7, 2 bars. Back to the 1 dominant, C7, 2 bars. Now we have a bar each of G7, 1, 2, 3, 4, F7, and back to C7. Okay, and then G7, I'll do it one more time. C7, C7. Getting ready to change to my F7 here. And back to my C7. To my G7. And to my C7. And then back to my G7. And we're at the top of the form. Okay? So, that is the blues. That's how you play the blues. Basically, you know, a very skeleton structure of the blues. In some of the upcoming blues videos, I'll show you different ways you can add some changes into them to spice them up, right? And then in some of the improv videos, I'll show you how to begin improvising with the blues scale, which is great. And I'll show you some other variations of the blues scale too that Oscar Peterson likes to use a lot, as well as some other players too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of the blues. Practice the blues, listen to blueses, right? See how, you know, the structure sounds to you as opposed to other regular jazz standards. It's really different, but it's definitely a great structure to start working with, okay guys? So as always, if you really enjoyed this video, even if you just enjoy it slightly, I would really love if you could like the Facebook page, jazzpianoschool.com. The like button is right outside the video. And if you guys want these tips sent directly to your inbox, I usually do it weekly. Sometimes I'll send 2 tips a week, and these tips are more than the videos. You're going to get musical transcriptions, you're going to get licks, you're going to get stuff that I've given from the video, live interviews that I'm going to be doing with people, live performances of my gigs. I'm going to analyze specific things that I'm doing live in my gigs, so you'll be able to see videos of that up close, okay? So this is great content, guys. This is only going to be in the newsletter. It's not going to be on the website. So it's going to be special for the people who take the time to sign up, okay? I'm not going to spam you guys. Don't worry. I actually want to help you. I want to help you improve. And the best way to do that is by sending you great content that's free, okay? And you won't find anywhere else on the web. You won't find in books. This is only coming from me, okay? So please sign up for my newsletter. I would really love it. And again, thank you so much for watching, and happy practicing.